After I broke up with my toxic boyfriend, he came up with a lie that I hurt myself, and turned all of my friends against me. Now I'm left alone to pick up the pieces. I have been dating my now ex for about 6 months now, and during that time I have become a much darker person, a person I don't like. I got a therapist to help me through my issues, and she helped open my eyes to how toxic my boyfriend was with me, pointing out how he never actually apologizes to me, saying, "I'm sorry you feel that way," kind of bull. I also realized how often he gaslit me, whenever he would pull his pranks, like ripping up my favorite jacket and tell me I was overreacting when I got upset, since it was only a joke. I decided it was time to break up with him. Only when I did he got really upset. He accused me of loving someone else, I didn't, and of thinking he wasn't good enough. I told him I thought we weren't good for one another and we both deserved better than what we gave each other. He told me if I went through with this he would hurt himself, and that set off a bunch of alarm bells in my head. I kicked him out of my apartment while he screamed that he swore he was going to do it. I hid away in my apartment for the next week and even shut my phone off because as many times as I blocked him, he kept finding new ways to try and contact me. I spent the next week binge watching anime and eating everything in my cabinets. At the end of the week I felt like I was mentally prepared to turn my phone back on, and went to text some of my friends, to ask if they were free to hang out as I had news to share. My closest friends are a group of 5 girls that I met in high school, and we have been super close ever since. We all helped each other through so much over the years, and I loved those girls more than life itself. When I went to text them via Instagram, I discovered I couldn't see their profiles anymore. I tried calling and texting a few of them, only to be ignored. One of them eventually called me back to ask what I wanted. I told them that my ex and I broke up and I was hoping we could have a girls' night. She said, "Yeah, I don't think so," with a huge tone. I asked what was wrong and why I couldn't see anyone's Insta page. She said, "We already know what happened between you and him. He told us. We all were originally worried about you, but then you ghosted us and we decided we didn't want someone like you around us anymore." I asked what she meant by that, as I hadn't done anything to them. "I have been withdrawn the last few months, sure, but I never hurt them." She told me to not bother lying to cover my butt and to not contact any of them again. I asked if she could at least tell me why they suddenly all hated me so much. She told me that my ex and my friend, Lainey, informed them that my ex broke up with me, and I went crazy and tried to hurt myself. That the reason I was no contact was because I had been Baker acted. I was so shocked and confused. Where the hell did that idea even come from? They didn't even know Lacey. I didn't know why she would spread such awful lies. I told her it was a lie, that I turned off my phone because my ex had been harassing me. She said she didn't believe me. I got really angry and said, "So you're choosing to believe a toxic AH in a girl you don't even know, over one of your best friends of over 6 years?" She just got really quiet and blurted out that I shouldn't contact her again, then hung up on me. I started spiraling and got really sick. I tried leaving messages to all my friends about the truth of what happened, but I just got ignored. That's when I decided to contact Lacey and ask if we could meet up. She invited me over and I asked her outright why she lied to all my friends about me trying to hurt myself. She turned bright red and said she didn't know what I was talking about. I told her to come clean, as I thought we were friends. She started crying and admitted that my ex came to her all upset and distraught, saying I had just broken up with him. She told me he looked awful and that she hated me at that moment as I had no right to hurt him so badly. I met Lainey through my ex, so they have always been closer. I asked why she would lie to my friends about something so terrible though. She told me that my ex said I didn't care if he lived or died, and wished to make me feel the same way. So he asked her to text my friends and make up some lie that I had been Baker acted, so I could get a taste of what he felt at that moment. I told her that the entire idea was crazy and disturbing. I told her to contact my friends and tell them the truth. She refused, saying I deserved to feel the pain of losing someone precious to me, that I wasn't worthy of my ex anyway. I had always suspected something had gone on between them, but assumed it was before my ex and I started dating. I just glared at her and asked if they were sleeping together. She started avoiding eye contact and told me to get out of her home. I was disgusted by my ex, but I really pitied Lacey. She was clearly stuck in some fairy tale where she believed she had to save my ex from me. I told her at least now she can have him all to herself and left. I scheduled a meeting tomorrow with my therapist, but all I can do now is lay in my bed curled up and crying. I'm still reeling from my breakup with my ex, as I did care for him. I just thought we both deserved better, and now I lost all of my best friends in one go because they are choosing to believe 2 strangers over me. I'm so angry and shattered and I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. I just need some idea of how to get my friends to believe me and somehow be happy again, because I hate this feeling of being completely alone.